Thank you. I rise today to honor an influential and beloved North Dakotan, Sister Thomas Welder, who passed away this week. And I know the presiding officer knew her very well and just a little bit ago spoke about her here on the Senate floor, and that's so appropriate. She was such a wonderful person, and we both are so very fortunate to have known her and to have had time with her, to have learned much from her. You know, truly somebody who I think epitomizes the term servant leader, Sister Thomas Welder. She's somebody who was, for me, certainly a friend and a mentor in so many different ways it's hard to recount. And also for my wife, Mikey. Of course, Sister Thomas Welder dedicated her life to the University of Mary and to the students. And my wife, Mikey, is a trustee, or on the board of trustees there at the University of Mary. And so Mikey and Sister Thomas have been working together for many, many years and share an unbelievable bond as well. And, you know, I'm not even sure how long Mikey and I have known Sister Thomas. It's been many years. And we've seen her in so many different capacities and in so many different ways, but without fail, she was an inspiration for both of us, and frankly, an inspiration for everybody that ever met her. She was truly one of the most exceptional, amazing, wonderful people that I've ever met. She was certainly a person of incredible faith, and she lived her faith, and she provided that to others in her, certainly in her words, but in her deeds and just in her spirituality, in the way she handled herself, in her caring and her compassion. And it came through in everything she did, and everybody she met. Felt that radiant glow, and I think reflected it back because it was so powerful within her. She was a member of the Benedict Sisters of Annunciation Monastery and faithfully lived the monastic life for 59 years. From 1978 until 2009, she served as the president of the University of Mary and was, as I say, beloved by students and faculty. And under her leadership, the university did amazing things. I think for a time, the presiding officer worked there at the University of Mary during her tenure as president of the school. And grew the enrollment, I think tripled the enrollment. She was a gifted leader. She was an inspiring leader. She led by example. I think one of the most amazing things about her, a story you hear over and over again, and people marveled at it, was when she'd originally come back after her schooling to University of Mary, she taught music, but then she eventually became president of the university. And then even after she was president of the university and Monsignor Shea became president of the university, she stayed and continued to work with the university and the students. And one of the amazing stories that people would talk about and marvel at is how she would go around campus and she would meet all the students. And so she got to know all of the thousands of students. So of course she knew all the faculty and all the administrators, that kind of thing, because they were there all the time. But she would get to know all the students, and without fail, she would remember those students' names. And so as she went around, it wasn't just, hi, how are you? She knew the student. She knew their names. She knew who they were. And people would marvel not only that she was able to do that, but she never seemed to forget a name. And you got to remember, there's thousands of students, and they're there for a while, and then they move on, and more come in. So it's one thing to get to know the faculty and the administrators and all those kind of things, and people like us who were there a lot, year in and year out. But think about that flow of students coming through, and to always know, and to always remember their name. And I think that's, not only a testament to her, but a testament to the University of Mary, where they really make those young people feel special and feel unique, feel that they are an individual who is somebody who has worth. They're not just another student at the school, right? They're somebody special. And she made them feel special because she knew them, She took time to talk to him. She always had time to talk to him. She had a lot of important things to do, but she always took time to talk to him and made him feel appreciated. And, when we think about sending our son or our daughter off to school, that's certainly something we would want, is that when they go to that school, there's somebody there that says, yeah, you are an individual, you're unique, you're special, you're not just a number, but you're here, and I appreciate you, and I'm here for you. And that's what she did for those students. And not just when she was president, or not just when she was instructor, even after she retired as president, that's what she did, because that's who she was. And that's just one story, but that's part of her special gift, and she gave it to everybody. She gave it to everybody. She gave that gift of her time, her attention, her compassion, and that spirituality to everyone. I don't know that I ever saw her in any setting where that isn't exactly what she was doing. And that's why I say, to me, she really did epitomize that concept of servant leadership. As governor, I was privileged and honored to award Sister Thomas the Theodore Roosevelt Rough Rider Award, which is our highest recognition in North Dakota. That's the highest award that we give. And as part of it, then we hang the individual's portrait in our state capitol. And along with the portrait, then there's also a kind of a bio that is right there, so that people that go into the North Dakota State Capitol can see these people from across our state who are truly inspirational, influential leaders, and not only see who they were, and the pictures are always a montage, so we put it up with things that, in their life, like in the case, of course, Sister Thomas, we had University of Mary there, and so they can get kind of a visual sense of what the person looked like, some of the things important, what they did, and then we have a bio that goes with it, and just a couple of the lines that we have in the bio that we put in there, I'm going to reference here. For example, Sister Thomas is recognized as a woman who lives, serves, and leads by example. Her personal achievements, character, and leadership have been an inspiration to countless of individuals, students, entrepreneurs, and business and state leaders. Envisioning the University of Mary as the nation's premier institution for the preparation of servant leaders, Sister Thomas promotes competence in communication, commitment to values, service to community. Her strong belief in the ability of an individual to grow into leadership through service is an example for North Dakota and the nation. And there's a lot more, but that was just some of the things that we put in there to try to capture who she was, what she did, and what a difference she made in the lives of so many. As I say, I don't know that I ever met anyone that didn't immediately like her, but it was more than that. There's a lot of people that are likable, right? Affable, amiable. She was all of that. She was very, very likable. She had a great smile, good wit, good humor. She was a very good speaker, really a good speaker. She was always very prepared, too. Very prepared, always had a good message and was well-spoken. But she had a great smile, a ready laugh, and she immediately made people feel comfortable. And then you could just see how she'd kind of lean in on and gaze in on them and just start saying, tell me about you, give me some of who you are, a little bit of what's your spirit, what moves you, what makes you, what are you interested in, what do you like, how are you feeling? All those things. She just did it naturally. And I just, again, can't think of anybody who ever met her and didn't come away saying, I like her, but boy, she's special. She made me feel good. She made me feel good. She seemed interested in me. She's genuine. She cared. She made an impact on me. They remembered her, and it was positive, and it was strong. So from Mikey and I, we extend our deepest condolences to her loved ones. And when I say her family, she had a huge family because everybody she met was basically her family, and all those kids and all those students. And we want to express our sincere appreciation for her lifetime of service and her commitment to her community and her commitment to God. Sister Thomas was patient. Sister Thomas was wonderful. Sister Thomas was beloved. And Sister Thomas will be missed very, very much. God bless her. Thank you, Mr. President. With that, I yield the floor.